There you go. Sci-fi, fantasy. It was like, whoa, it's good, but whoa.
Yes, another week, another Chatterbox. My name's Dan, and we're here with your boy P. It's the ladies love Andre.
Yo.
And it's your bro Sean. This week we have not stopped thinking about this one. It is Lovecraft Country. Oh my days. It's airing or streaming on Sky Atlantic. It was released on 17th of August. Obviously, it's on the second episode now. It's based on the novel by Matt Ruff. And the first episode sees the main character, Atticus Black, who's played by Jonathan Majors, join his friend Letitia, who's played by Journey Smollett, and their uncle George, who's played by Courtney B. Vance. And they're going on a road trip across the 1950s in Jim Crow America in search of his missing father. During the road trip, like, I suppose my way of explaining it, you think of any kind of horror film or horror series, and it's always obviously white protagonists, and they've got the trouble of going through this world with all this horrible stuff going on. Imagine going through that world and everyone's racist. It's like a real life horror for a lot of people right now. And that's how I see this film. I thought, oh my days. And it's got some pretty cool, I think, writing, the storyline and characters. I think it's just a brilliant film. So, series. So you can guess how this one's going to go. I want to know, you guys, what do you guys think? What did you make of this American horror drama? Pete?
You know what? I loved it. The opening sequence, it kind of set the bar. It was engaging. I just was brought into the world. I just wanted more. I couldn't get enough. And when it finished, I just was like, wow, this is 50 minutes. It just felt so short. It just action, drama, a little bit of romance, action, drama, a little bit of romance, and it was intriguing. The acting was superb. The directing was fantastic. And you could tell that J.J. Abrams was also involved in this project because you could actually see his style infused into this as well. I thought it was a fantastic piece of work.
I loved it. Like, the opening scene, like, got me hooked. Like, I was hooked. Like, Misha Green, the showrunner, like, she wrote the first episode. Like, it was just excellent. I love the acting. I love the drama of it. Like, it was very intense. There was so much intense moments, like with the sheriff, and with so many moments happening in the Jim Crow era, like in the sundown, where you're not supposed to, if you're black, you're not supposed to be out like after sundown, like because you can get killed. Like, so your life is on the line. So there was so much going on, and it's not just that. Then there's all the sci-fi elements and like the special effects and all that. It was just an excellent, well-directed, like, it was just, I loved it. Like, and I couldn't wait to watch the second episode. Like, well done to Misha Green, like, well done.
I was blown away on this one. I think the first episode was great. It started a bit slow and took a little while to understand what was going on, but I think that was done on purpose. It had a good build-up to the story, good introduction to the show's characters, including the main star, Jonathan Majors, who was excellent for me. It had a great story so far, because I'm only up to episode 2, so I would say the story for me has been great so far. It's full of mystery, it's got love, it's got surprises, some great acting. This episode, the first 2 episodes kept me on the edge of my seat pretty much. So I thought it was excellent. It just had everything that you want,
I'm only up to the first episode. I haven't got to the second one yet, so I'm gonna have to catch up by next week. But everything that I watched in that one episode, like even the time, it was like over an hour's worth of like screen time watching. You don't get that a lot on TV anymore. You get it sometimes online, but I wasn't excited about having to wait a week at a time to watch a new episode. Like that was worrying me a little bit. But I'm excited for next week, and I'm excited for the week after. I can't wait. I'm hoping, and you know, I don't like to look up stuff before I watch it, so I don't know how many episodes there's going to be. I'm praying that there's going to be at least more than 10, and like I'd like this to be going on for a long time. I'm really excited, and I've got to agree with you. That intro sequence, that blew my mind, bro. Like honestly, that blew my mind. Like I want to know though, what other than the intro, you know, what was the best part of the show for you? What stood out for you? What are them scenes that just had you falling on the floor, or what were the ones that had you gripped to the screen?
Do you know what? I really like the story so far. For me, that is probably the biggest thing. The reason why is because I don't know where it's going. I haven't got a clue. I don't know where it's going to take us, but I just want to know more. I just want to keep watching to see how it's all going to unfold and what's going to happen. You know, I've already fallen in love with a lot of the characters that's in the film, that's in the show or series. You know, to be honest, I slipped up and said film there because it actually felt like watching a film, especially that first episode. So yeah, I'm excited to see where this the series is going to take us.
There were so many great moments, like there was some music moments where people were singing, like Journey's Smollett character, like she's singing with her sister. Like that was a great moment of music and stuff like that. Just them having fun, which was nice. And then even the drama, the monsters coming out and scaring, the horror, which was excellent as well. And Journey Smollett, like her run, that was a great horror movie. Like she was like, no, I'm not being that character that just stays still or drops and trips up. She was like, no, I'm gone, I'm off. Like, and I love that about the first episode. The second episode was just nuts. Like that episode was crazy. That was like a season finale of a series. Like that was really, it was crazy. Like what happens in there, and I was like, wait, so what's gonna happen next? Like I don't understand what's gonna happen next. This is mad. Like the things I saw in this episode, like the special effects, the acting, the drama, like so many things happen in the second episode. I was like, what is happening next? And I can't wait to see it.
You know where I really caught the buzz was when they came across the sheriff while they were in the forest, and the sheriff told them that they should head, I think it was south. No, they said they were going to head south, and the sheriff said you should head north because that would be quicker to actually get out of the state. And it was that chase between them and the sheriff, and then they finally got over the county line, and you're like, they're safe. And then you realize the sheriff had actually set them up because there was other sheriffs waiting there and deputies waiting there to take them into the forest. And then that scene where these creatures were chasing them in the forest, I just thought that was phenomenal. It just had me on the edge of my seat. And especially when, as Andre had said, when Journey Smollett was running, and she was running like back home in Jamaica when you're running to the shop or just running to the river. She was running like she had like her mother was gonna whoop her if she arrived late. She ran her skin out, and then she arrived in the vehicle. Oh, I thought there's so many scenes I could actually put my finger on that I thought were amazing, and they all complemented each other. I thought it was a really fantastic show.
I have been waiting for this. Like, bro, do you know what? Yeah, I am so excited for the next episode. I can't wait. And I'm glad you guys are on it as well, because it's something that we can buzz about. And as you get to know the characters, and I can guarantee there's going to be some mad twists coming up. You know what Jordan Peele's like. There's a lot of creativity in anything that he's involved in. So it's going to be so exciting. Speaking of people that were in the film, Jonathan Majors' last appearance was in Spike Lee's Netflix war film, The Five Bloods, which he was okay in. But what did you make of his performance, his character? What were you thinking? Ladies love, you're an actor. Give me the actor's opinion on what Jonathan Majors was doing for you.
Oh, he was great. Like he was good. Like for what he needed to do in the first episode, he was good. I think Journey Smollett was like excellent. She shone through in the first episode. But there was a scene in the second episode where him and her, but he like really shines through like towards the end. Like yeah, I'll let you lot watch it and see. Like, but I think he was really good actually. Like, and yeah, I love his work. I do want to just say like this is Misha Green's show. Like Jordan Peele, J.J. Abrams, they're great executive producers, but this is Misha Green's show. She's the showrunner, like, and she's written some episodes. Like, it's her show, like, and it's excellent.
Yeah, his performance has definitely impressed me so far. You know, like you said, I saw him in Five Bloods. I think that was the first thing that I really noticed him in, to be honest. But yeah, he's impressed me. I think he's got a very likable character. You know, from the opening scene, you know, you're just captivated by what you see, and you know, you just want him to do well in whatever's going on in the show. So yeah, you're definitely riding with him. I feel like, you know, he brings a lot to what you're watching, acting wise. And I agree with Andre. I think he stands out a lot more in the second episode. But I don't want to give any spoilers away. But yeah, he definitely nails the second episode, especially when it comes up closer to the ending.
Yeah, the performance, it was just like, I thought everyone was just brilliant. But this one had a lot of visuals from the 1950s. What did you guys think about it? You know, the cinematography, the historical facts. Did they get it right?
I was thinking about this, and the second episode was so, like, obviously it was in the 1950s, and visually that was the same in the first and second episode, but there was a shift. Like, there was a shift in tone, and there was a shift in visuals because there was a lot more special effects in the second episode, and it was I could see I could see it jarring some people. But the second episode was great, but it was so mad and so different in tone. Like, it was a really good shift, or really mad shift, should I say. I enjoyed it, but I don't know if everyone will enjoy it, but yeah, it was good.
Did you just say in the second episode there was more special effects?
Yes. Yeah, there was definitely more special effects. You will see, like, there's, lots going on in it. Yeah.
I'm excited for the second episode because they did good. Like, I was impressed with just those. What were they? Were they vampires?
We don't know.
They were just using that analogy of vampires to say, like, if you bite somebody, then you know you're gonna become a monster as well. They're monsters. I don't know what kind of monsters they are, but they're monsters. But I will say,
expecting that.
I will say, like, it's not just the visual change, or there's more special effects in the second episode. I would say there's more, the tone shifts. It really does shift. Like, I felt the difference in tone from the first episode to the second episode. And when I was watching it, I was thinking as well, I don't know if everyone would like that. I was fine with it, but I'm not sure everyone will like that.
But yeah, the visuals for me, I thought it was really good. I'm not from that time, obviously, but I think they really got it right, in my opinion, from what I've seen of the 1950s era. You know, it seems like it was based around the same time as Mad Men, which I thought they also got the visuals right. So it was nice to see that they didn't sort of stray from that. The fashion as well, obviously, I don't know if you remember that in the beginning of the first episode, like Andre said, when she was singing with her sister, you could see like the fashion, the dress code, the way they all dressed in that time is something quite fascinating, because a lot of things that we even have in fashion today is based on a lot of what was around at that time. So for me, that was really good. Yeah, it was fascinating.
Andre, if you could change one thing about the show, what would it be?
It's interesting. I would maybe ease people more into the sci-fi fantasy in the second episode, because, like I said, there's a tone shift, and it's like there's a lot of sci-fi and fantasy in the second episode, and I think I would ease them more in terms of putting more of the racial tension in it, like I like it in the first episode, which was great. I know, like, a lot of it was like, this is just a real world, and then all of a sudden there's monsters, and then the second episode is like fantasy and monsters and all that stuff. I think I'll just ease them more into it personally. I'll put more attention and racial overtones in it. And then add in the fantasy and sci-fi and stuff like that. I think there was just like, there you go, sci-fi, fantasy. It was like, whoa, it's good, but whoa. So yeah, that's what I would do.
How about you, Sean? I'm always interested to know what's the one thing you'd change?
This is probably the first show that I've seen in a long time where I wouldn't really change anything. I know Andre. I do get what Andre's saying about the shift. It's quite noticeable. The fact that they sort of jump quite heavily into the whole sci-fi aspect of it. But I do think, I mean, I don't want to give any spoilers away, but there's an incident with Jonathan Major's character where you still see that racial tone to what's happening. So you still get that vibe where there's still that, racist atmosphere in the air, regardless of the fact that all this sci-fi shit's happening and, there's monsters running around eating people and turning them into monsters and whatever. So I felt like they still kept a little bit of a tone of that in there, which I think worked for me personally. But I do understand what Andre's saying, that for a lot of other people that might not work, or maybe a small amount of people. But for me, it worked fine. So for that reason, I wouldn't change anything, because I'm just sitting on the edge of my seat trying to hurry up and get to what's actually going on. So when they're jumping into a lot more of the sci-fi stuff, for me, that's quite good, because it's like, okay, so that's going on. All right, I think I'm sort of catching on to what's happening there. So I think it worked. Everything worked. So I wouldn't really change anything. Not at the moment. Not in the first 2 episodes.
Finally, of course, we're going to come back to it every week, but it's the opening episodes, first 2 episodes. Let's get a prediction. By the time we get to the end of this season, how many stars you reckon you're going to be giving this?
I'm going to say 4 stars at the moment.
3 to 4 stars out of 5. And that's because of the shift, and I don't know where it's going to go. But there's a possibility like it could be 4 or 5. But we'll see where it's going like. But I say right now, it's 3 to 4.
Definitely at the moment, 3 to 4. That's where I'm putting it, 3 to 4. But knowing the people that are behind it, I wouldn't be surprised by the end of the series if it goes from 4 to 5, and it could be a cult classic.
Boy, the only thing that's letting it down for me is the fact that I've got to wait a week to watch every episode. I'm so used to being able to just stream everything all in one night and pulling all that hair to watch something this good, because that's literally what I would do. I would watch every episode in as quick a succession as I could. So this is definitely going to be on a 4 to 5 stars for me when it comes to the end of this season. If it's not, I don't know, I'll eat my bandana. That's what they say, innit? But that's another week. That's another Chatterbox. We can't wait to catch up on Lovecraft next week and a couple of other little bits. Andre, please, I pray there's nothing boring in the list to watch before the next episode. Make sure you guys follow us on the socials. I've been Dan. It is your boy P. The ladies love Andre.
Yes.
It's the brother, Sean.
Later, peeps.
And we are Chatterbox. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit us up in the comments. Let us know what you think we should be watching or what you thought about Lovecraft Country. Peace.